Angela.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly International Prop Chat episode 70. Well, on every Friday at 9:30 p.m. Malaysia time or GMT +8. I'm Angela Chen, Senior International Property Consultant from IQI Global. Thank you for tuning in and support our program. Our international program chats will discuss about different countries' culture, lifestyles, investment criteria, migrations, working experience, and interesting stories of the respective speakers.
Yes, I'm Mandy Chen, head of IQI International Sales. On behalf of IQI Global, Asia's largest real estate and investment advisory firm, and also a member of JUI IQI, I would like to thank everyone for supporting our program. So on our episode tonight, why Regeneration's project is good in UK? What does Regenerate projects means to you? And how would you see which such development? Well, to define Regeneration project, it simply means to develop and improve it more vibrant, successful, and importantly, to renew and bring positive outcome to this area or the urban. Obviously, a further research and study needed with some authorized approval as well, especially when you're talking about large scales of development before it could actually take place. And this kind of large scale regenerations development usually planned very well with the process of redeveloping that land and revitalizing the area by attracting economic investment and new employment, by such creating a much improved living environment.
Yes, when we talk about regenerations, we are thinking about the inward investments that towns and cities pour into vital sectors. Whether it is, we talk about transports, retails, housings, commercial space, and even leisure areas such as park. And all these sectors are important for tenants and should be important to you. Developments such as new train stations or shopping centers provide a better, lifestyles. Of course, leisure facilities and mixed-use commercial space is also important. Okay, well, if it turns into a new residence, and that will ripple outwards, attracting new businesses, which supports a higher paid workforce, and thus it increases the demand of the residentials living nearby. Most of the regeneration developments need a massive financial and resources to be developed. The locations of the regenerations developments usually are close to popular colleges such as universities, employment hubs, shopping mall, public transports, hospital, and etc.
Yeah, well, regenerations developments are usually very popular, especially you talk about in UK, and of course, most of the regenerations projects are sited at the good locations with great capital growth. And usually it will probably in an area that will have a good accessibilities, and of course some area might be an entirely new township. So for example, as the UK's second cities, Birmingham have actually seen unprecedented regeneration supported house growth of 200% over the last 20 years. And with these redevelopments have completely changed the landscape of the cities and turned Birmingham into a leading investment destinations in the UK. Well, you can actually take a look in this one of the very interesting project called Snow Hill Wharf by Barclay Group. Barclay is actually one of the top developer and well-known developer in UK. Let us show you a video, shall we?
Yes, please.
A minute, let me share the screen. Well, I'm sorry, due to some technical issues, I know some of you cannot hear the video. There's no sound on the video. Don't worry about it. We will share the link, the video link later in the comment box. So meanwhile, you just take a look at the pictures and the video without the music, all right? So unfortunately, I can't sing, otherwise I will sing along. Okay, since there's no sound on the video, apologize for that. So I will go through a little bit of the summary of this Snow Hill Wharf a little bit in detail. This project is just a moment away from the major transport connections at Snow Hill, New Street, and the forthcoming high-speed 2 terminal, so which is great accessibility for the entire locations. Close to Birmingham, fantastic area of shops and plenty of restaurants, and each apartment also benefit from exclusive 24 hours concierge service and residents-only facilities, including gym, sauna, steam room, cinema, and lounge.
Yes, actually featuring 3 stunning landscapes, podiums, gardens, side beside the revitalized waterway. Snow Hill Wharf is actually refining urban living in UK's second city, ideally for those who enjoy the advantage of urban living, excellent transport connections, city centers amenities, and a stunning canal site to the podium's garden. Price range is between 200 and would say 250 pounds, £1,000 to 795,000 pounds. They of course they comes with a few blocks, okay. And the estimated completions for these projects is by year 2022.
Yep, exactly. And this project has been named the Residential Development of the Year. More than 100 units at Insiders Midlands Residential Property Award 2021. And Birmingham have no shortage of unique attractions, and already home to 4 Michelin star restaurant, new high-speed rail 2 terminal, which is launching in 2026, linking Birmingham to London in just about less than 50 minutes. Can you imagine that? Okay. And Birmingham International Airport with 50 airlines traveling to 150 destinations, also home to 2022 Commonwealth Game. And Como Business District within walking distance of Snow Hill Wharf. For more information, remember to PM us directly and get this information. All right.
Yes. Okay, when we talk about regeneration development, we often do not miss the Manchester cities, a city that experienced a high level of regenerations over the year, being the well-known to the top digital tech city and a home to 5 of the UK leading universities. Remember, University of Manchester is actually located there, right? Okay, attracting high number of students from the UK as well as the corner to all global countries. Okay, everybody, when you talk about Manchester, University of Manchester, they definitely, with the Manchester words, it's already there. You definitely know that it is actually situated at this city. Okay, as a result, Manchester is an attractive city for property investment, particularly for those targeting, for the young professions and rental demographic that drive the city's buy-to-let market. For Manchester regenerations development, I would propose to you the Victoria Riverside by Far East Consortium. In short, we call it FFC. Shall we have the video, please, Wendy?
Yeah, give me a minute. I hope there's a music. If there's no music, apologize for that. Okay. Meanwhile, again, I will share the link later on. If not, probably Angela can sing along. Give me a minute. All right, so not too sure whether there's any music or not. Okay. Anyway, this development will see a total of 634 homes across 3 towers and of 37, 26, and 18 stories. And in the Manchester City Centre of Red Bank neighborhood, which is part of the FEC and Manchester City Councils, which spent about 4 billion pounds GDP. Victoria North Regeneration Scheme. So this is a huge amount in a way, okay? And the project could see that they're going to build more than 15,000 homes, okay, to the north of the city center over the next 20 years.
Yes, Victoria River site is actually at the forefront of regeneration plans for Manchester's new and distinct new the Red Bank neighborhood, which Mandy just mentioned, which is actually focused of 51.6 million pounds investments from the government's housing infrastructures, including the first phase of an ambitious new city river park. At approximately, I'm talking about 46 hectares, the park will become one of the Manchester's largest cities center green space. Just imagine you have 46 hectares of green space. Isn't that beautiful? In any projects, when we talk about it, when we select it, we choose those that still preserve some of the parks. In Western life, they always prefer greens and then some natural view and stuff like that. So therefore, we choose this side. That's why we specifically mentioned about the parks and the canal or whatever the river is. Okay, so it is just a few minutes walks from Victoria Riverside. The Arndale's Center is the UK largest inner city shopping center. Well, when it comes to ladies, shopping center is very important, right? So this is very, very near. Then housing over 240 big names, retails and restaurants, from Apple and Burberry for those who are going for branded ones, and to Five Guys and Bella Italian.
Wow. When it comes to shopping, I'm really start looking forward for it. Okay, so can you imagine that UK largest inner city shopping center? Okay, beside that, I'm sure everybody would interested to know is like how good the connectivity is from this projects to the major attractions around Manchester. So the distance to Manchester, Victoria, we are only talking about 8 minutes walk. Can you imagine how near it is, especially in UK with a good weather? I mean, 8 minutes walk is nothing, all right? So, and you talk about Manchester Piccadilly is only 17 minutes metro journey, and Salford Central is only 16-minute bus journeys, and you talk about Northern Quarters is only 16 minutes walk. Old Trafford is only 15 minutes by car, and if you want to go to the airport, Manchester Airport is only 26 minutes by car. So the scheme is set for the completions by end of 2024. So therefore, if you need further information about this project, again, PM us or leave your contact number in the comment box, okay? Or contact us directly to get more information of these very excited projects.
Well, before we continue, let's welcome to those who just tuned in to our International Prop Chat episode 70, okay? Thanks for being with us and thanks for supporting us. This IPC is held every Friday, 9:30 p.m. Malaysia time, okay? Or you would say GMT +8. I'm Angela and I'll be Mandy right now from IQI International Consultant Team of Malaysia. Our episode tonight is why regeneration project is good in UK. Do give us plenty of like and love. Support us by sharing our programs to your friends and family. Well, when we talk about regenerations, there are so many areas being regenerated in UK. It is important to understand exactly why regeneration is so important. If you are a property investor or for that matter, a landlord. Generally, regenerations makes the city more appealing to live in. just imagine everything is there, okay? So with the creations of the new commercial space, new job can be offered. Likewise, new transport links can make it easier to live in such locations, and green space can make living in this area more and more exciting. I mean, every day, everyone in Western country or in that matter, or over in Malaysia, we do love greens, okay? When we look at greens, we feel very happy, and that is something we talk about natural, okay? This can significant impact to our properties market.
Yep, exactly. Therefore, investing in a regeneration development can be stress-free when you come into rental yield, because a lot of people will look into this kind of master developments whereby there are huge potentials when it comes to capital growth and rental yield. And just now we also highlighted that, remember, there's lots of it's actually a township by itself, okay, with all the amenities, okay, and it's a whole community by itself, okay. And you are talking about, especially right now with pandemic, everybody was really appreciate what is surrounded within them, okay, especially you do not need to travel pretty far away, okay. So this one is like you talk about parks, you talk about commercial, okay, and canal, all this is actually people are appreciating right now as to compare to those days, okay. And seriously, if you talk about this kind, right, the entry level perhaps compared to other projects, right, might be more attractive, okay, and more affordable in terms of pricing. So therefore, a lot of people, especially the first home buyer or even investor, will look into this kind of scheme. And just now we did mention about rental yield. Imagine the vacancy rate in this kind of developments are relatively low, okay, due to many international companies or universities, or even I would say a lot of amenities situated within this area, and not forgetting about the convenience store, the cafe, okay, and the public transportation within the walking distance. So therefore, the profile of this kind of average renter is changing. So people would prefer to go for this kind of master developments, okay, rather than the individual single block of the apartments kind of project. And a lot of young people really focus on buying home, especially right now with the pandemic. They can't really travel around the world, so they probably can save a lot of money to buy a home. And they would also consider that actually having a home, especially during this pandemic, is actually one of the must thing, okay, rather than you keep on moving around and or you actually stay with somebody, okay, at least you have your own space. So I would say young people would especially love this kind of regenerations project. And also a lot are happy to rent and wanted to live at the heart of the actions, where you can actually walk to work, okay, grab a drinks after days at the office, or even without traveling. Then they have completely changed the view of many buy to let investor on what their ideal investment look like. So with this, they can cater for lots of group, okay, not just family, okay. They can target those professional or even students as well. So tenant, especially nowadays, they are prioritizing space and flexibility. The key benefit of renting can provide apartment in the city center have become really popular because of this consistent return they could offer, as well as the like I said, affordable price and the capital appreciations that is stimulated by the nearby regenerations project. Imagine most of the regenerations developments is not talking about short term. It's more like a long term, because it's a huge master plan. You are not talking about just a few acres, okay? So it's at least more than 10 to 50 acres. Therefore, they will divide into few phases, and this is where you should buy early. And in this case, it's like, Angela, do you think that, or do you have anything in mind that in when I mentioned this regenerations development, especially in the city of London?
Well, like I said, Mandy, you are right. When you talk about regenerations development, I mean, they actually really studies on this kind of development. The demographic of that area is suitable or suited to do a bigger development. And usually this kind of development, like we mentioned earlier, is pretty near to the train station, or you call it the tube areas, you know. Therefore, walking around everywhere it's not like something that is new. It's something that is really well, I would say, matured and settled, right? So yes, when you talk about London, I would basically quite like these green quarters from Berkeley developer too. So yeah, I like that because when later on when we show you the video, it's also allows you to have plenty of green. I like green, okay? It's kind of feelings of the natural areas.
Okay.
So shall we have the video, Mandy?
Yep.
Yeah, the green quarters is actually situated conveniently in Zone 4 in South Hall, adjacent to the forthcoming Crossrail stations and with great transport links. You can be at Heathrow Airport in 8 minutes and Bond Street, again, shopping area, in 17 minutes. From South Hall Rail Station, it's just 3 minutes to Ealing's Broadway and 40 minutes to London Paddington Station. Those who are familiar with the Canary Wharf, only 31 minutes away, situated just a short stroll from the Crossrail Station. Yet adjoining to 1 kilometer of canal frontage and adjacent to the 90 hectares, country park. When we talk about it just now, I did mention why I like this place is because it's very near to the greens. Okay, that's why you can see this name is called Green Quarter. Okay, these green quarters provide easy connections to Heathrow Airport and central London, whilst benefiting from an abundance of open space to your doorsteps.
Yes, I personally love this project as well because imagine 88 acres of land, okay? And the green quarters will be transformed to be a landscape with at least 13 acres of parkland, 8 acres of wetland, 500 meters of long path, and 1.2 km of the canal walk path that the whole environment developments actually worth of £1 billion investments. And with
Wow.
this, yeah, that's a huge amount. And which this nature at its heart, okay, and green quarters will offer the perfect combinations of 50% open green space and parkland, and is indeed one of the most ambitious regeneration projects happening in the city of London right now.
Yes, on the completion day, residents will have access to facilities including a gym, lounge, and co-working space and concierge service. I mean, new leisure facilities like shops or office space or a new on-site primary schools and healthcare center will be delivered to, that area. So a whole new community with the developed with the local touches and meet the everyday needs. Just imagine you want to go or you have you children, you want to go to the primary school, is there. You talk about healthcare, is there, okay? And we talk about staying at home, co-working space is also provided there, as well as some exercise, even though you do not want to run or jog around the canal, you can actually go for a gym. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah, it's indeed all right. Not only that, okay, a variety of large employment, including in the area of Heathrow Airport, you talk about Stockley Business Park and the M4 Technology Corridor are really located nearby. And it's actually within 30 minutes reach, okay, from these locations. You talk about corporate companies such as British Airways, KLM, HSBC, Apple, Toshiba, Google, and Amazon, all are within 30 minutes reach. Imagine that if you were to work in this kind of a corporate offices, if you were to stay in the green quarter, is so much convenient. Again, such a master plan usually will take more than 10 years to complete the entire new township. Therefore, they have divided into different phases. Some already completed, okay, and some will be completing from 2021 up to 2024. Of course, they are further phase that will probably completed in a later year. So again, right now, if you were to buy or invest in green quarters, you are talking about, you probably are the first batch, okay, first few batch that buy into this project. So the benefit is that, again, is the capital appreciations. I'm sure the later stage when you buy, the price will increase as well, okay? So if you really consider to invest, do at fast, okay? Like I said, before the price increase, okay? I'm sure each phase, they're going to increase the price. So I just want to tell you that based on the history, the past track record, as average apartment price increased in 5 years in South Hall, which is close by, 19%, okay, just within 5 years, okay, and it's already close to 19%, okay. As to compare to the neighborhood, the Ealing is only around 4% in 5 years. So can you imagine that, okay? So what are you waiting for?
Yes, if you're told, you just mentioned a lot of corporate companies is that just assuming that you are buying for investment, I think the rental will be good enough, sufficient good enough to rent it to those corporate people who are all working in nearby, you would definitely like to stay at places that is close to your working space, is that right, Mandy? Yes. So indeed, magnificent development. I was always think that, okay, based on the past record that you just mentioned, when regeneration by Berkeley, most of the developments have driven the capital value, such as Woodbury's towns. The price of for one bed rooms apartment had increased more than 96% in 6 years. 96% in 6 years. I say again, I mention again, isn't that a lot? Whereas the average price increase in Hackney is about 42% only. So consider this is investments in established investment location. You probably find good returns. It's so close to all these kind of corporate companies, So this is also one of the factor you can really consider. On the flip side, you are likely to maybe pay a little bit more, or for that matter, a lot more if you consider in London. Like even though when we talk about Zone 4 is honestly very. The price is very affordable. It's still considered affordable, And then with this kind of growth, and then with this kind of a view and park and the convenience, I think this is a fabulous project. It is really a fabulous project. Similarly, you may miss out on the potential. Don't miss out, okay? Like I say, the potential capital growth is fantastic. If you invest in an emerging location that has plenty of planned urban regenerations on nearby amenities, you will, typically spend less initial or still benefit from the capital growth that occurred naturally over time. Imagine, like just now we mentioned about the 96% in 6 years, and this kind of development will also take you from first phase to 2024, right, Mandy? You did mention, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when it comes to 2024, now it's 2021. So another 3 more years, and the whole entire project is completed. What would you see? Mandy, what would you see?
Lots of dollar signs. Yeah, exactly. What Angela meant is that if you miss the opportunity right now, perhaps that you will probably look into buying high instead of buying low and hit high, that kind of concept, okay? And in this case, it's actually getting popular. Zone 4, Zone 3, Zone 4 is actually getting popular, but like a lot of people who wanted to invest in London, they always talk about Zone 1 and Zone 2. But again, you would know that right now, Zone 1 and Zone 2, the price is actually relatively much higher, okay? So a lot of people that if you within, okay, I would say if you are looking within like 400,000 to 500,000 pounds, you probably can't even think of getting into Zone 1 or Zone 2 of London already. So with more affordable entry level, so you can seriously consider Zone 3 to Zone 4, which I would say Green Quarters is actually one of the amazing projects you can actually consider. And I hope by now you have a better understanding of Regeneration's project. We just have a brief introductions of these 3 particular areas like Manchester, Birmingham, and London, okay? Of course, in other cities of UK, they also have such developments as well. But again, a lot of people would prefer these 3 major cities in UK. So therefore, always look out for Regeneration's projects. And really worth looking at it, okay, instead of going for those individual apartments. If you are looking for good capital appreciations, I will keep stressing on capital appreciations, and as well as the rental yield. Or if you are looking for a well developed or well communities, again, this is the projects that you should actually look into. I personally actually prefer this kind of developments. So I'm sure Angela.
I guess it's because, Mandy, every time when we mention about holiday, we will only think about, Trafalgar Square or, the Zone 1 areas, and then when it comes to holiday and home to invest is completely different. Is that so?
Yeah. So, but again, it's like, think about it, a lot of people, even though buying for own stay right now, they probably will not really look into Zone 1 and Zone 2. They probably go away to Zone 3 and Zone 4 because of the the entry level of the pricing, okay, is I would say more affordable in a way, and the room for capital appreciations is actually much more higher compared to zone 1, zone 2. Of course, if you are the one that will say, well, I just want to buy for collections, okay, and I love only zone 1 and zone 2, I mean, by all means, go ahead, invest in zone 1, zone 2. But for those that are really looking for, well, okay, probably I do have some limited budgets, okay, but I still wanted to invest in UK, which can give me good capital appreciations as well as rental yield, okay, and where shall I look into, okay? So you can always look into this kind of developments. So therefore, I hope that by now you would actually have a little bit knowledge on this what is all this regenerations project all about, okay? And I hope that you would consider it, okay? And if you really want to invest into this kind of project, please act fast, because I'm sure you want to be on the first patch, on the first phases on this master development, rather than towards the end of the developments. No doubt you might probably say that perhaps less constructions are going on, so everything is already there, but then you probably will buy in a much higher price. So against your preference.
Important, like I say, location is also one of the factors, and something that you need to really consider is the developer's background. The track record is super good. You know, they are not just the one or two builders. They are into this kind of the redevelopment, regeneration, or even a new development. They have done plenty of it. Too many, okay, too many to describe. Okay.
Yeah, and a lot of developers are not really into this kind of like spending lots of money. Huge amount. Yeah, big time development, spending huge amount of investment into all these regenerations and bringing more vibrance into the communities, and especially we talk about all these natural parks and all these things. Again, it's like, I mean, to certain probably developer wants to maximize their profit instead of getting to build the parks. They probably want to build more block of apartments, so to earn a better profit.
More on lifestyle, right?
Yeah, so nowadays people are really looking into space, okay, into lifestyles, into community by itself. So again, I want to stress on, okay, this is probably one of it you should consider. So for those who is interested to know more about UK Regenerations plan, you can PM us or our team, international consultant team in IQI, or you can check our Facebook in IQI International Sales, okay, or YouTube channel. And you can actually go to our website, www.iqiglobal.com as well. So do stay tuned with us on IPC episode 71 next week, i.e. Friday, okay? And the topic is invest locally versus invest abroad part 2, okay? So same time at 9:30 GMT +8, okay? So remember to stay tuned. We have different speakers to share with us this interesting project as well. And again, support us by sharing our program to your families and friends. And if you really love our program and find that it's benefiting, okay, do give us lots of likes and supports.
Yes, and I'm Angela. Stay safe and be strong, okay?
I'm Mandy, okay, signing off. Remember, do your research before investing. Never too late to plan now, okay? Bye-bye.